Hey guys, so welcome to my video on how to find the percent of a number. Before we start, I just want to inform you that there are a few different methods of approaching this question, and this video will specifically focus on one of those methods. Okay, so let's start. So our question here today is find 25% of 30. So our first step is to deal with this percentage over here. Okay, so I'm just going to write down steps for you to follow along. So step 1 is convert percent into decimal. Okay, so as stated before, the percent that we're dealing with here is 25%. So how to really go about converting this into a decimal? This may be review for some, but just to clarify, we can think of percent as per and cent alone. So cent meaning hundreds per 100. So it's a number out of 100, right? So what we want to do is set 25% out of 100. Now, from this fraction, we can find our decimal. We can simply plug this into a calculator, so saying 25 divided by 100, or we can do it through the paper pencil method and do it through long division. So in this case, we can do 25 divided by 100. So 100 cannot go into 2, 100 cannot go into 25. So we're going to have to add a 0 and determine it through 100. Can it go into 250? Yes, it can. It can go in twice. Then we're going to do 2 times 100, which is 200. Okay, I'm going to have to add another 0 and drop it. Now, can 100 go into 500? Yes, 5 times. 100 times 5 is 500. We're going to subtract it and have a remainder of 0. So what's our final decimal? We have the final decimal of 0.25. Okay, so now we have our decimal. Now what is required for us to do next is take that decimal and multiply it by 30. So our value. So step 2, multiply decimal by 30. Okay, so just to clarify again, in mathematics term, of usually means multiply, so that's why after we converted this value to a decimal, we're going to multiply it by 30. Okay, again, as before, we can plug it into our calculator, or we can use paper pencil and do it by hand. So we're going to find the answer here. So 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 0, 0, starting on a second row. 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay. And because we have 2 numbers after the decimal, our final answer is going to be 7.5. So just want to highlight the answer here. 7.5 is our final answer to the question. So quickly to recap, what you want to do with such similar questions is first convert the percent into a decimal, and then you want to take that decimal and multiply it by the value that's given. So in our case it would be 30, in which you would get a value of 7.5. Thank you for watching, and hope you learned the steps that you had to. Thanks.